The rule of threes, probably the most essential rule ever when it comes to preparedness. Now, a lot of us are familiar with that concept, but there are a lot of new people out there. So let me explain. Your body has the ability to have 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 hours of exposure, 3 days without water, or 3 weeks without food before your body shuts down, and or you kind of take that journey you didn't plan on taking this young in your life. And of course, I'm talking about kicking the bucket. Now, today we're going to talk about one item that can prevent one of those rules from ever taking your life. It's really cheap, it's common all over the world, I don't care where you live, and you can rely on it. And that's this right here in front of you. Wool. Specifically right here, a wool blanket. Now, wool blankets are not very expensive. You can get really nice ones that are. You can get really cheap ones that aren't, but they all pretty much work the same way. Wool has stood the test of time. It's something you want in your arsenal. If you take a trip, you want to have a wool blanket in one of your kits. And I don't care if it's your bug out bag, your vehicle kit, you know, just a little bag you carry with you everywhere. It's something you should have. Now, wool is very special. It's tightly woven. If you look at it underneath the microscope, you're not going to see very much airspace. It really traps air. Now, when your body heats up, it heats up the air around your body. Same can be said when you have a blanket around you. Your body is constantly heating up that air around the blanket, and it's making you feel warm because it's radiating it back. Now, wool is such a special thing to have. There's a few things you do want to avoid. Make sure it's 100% or close to 100% wool. A lot of us know cotton is cheaper, and cotton feels good when you're in the house. It feels good in the summer, but cotton is terribly inefficient. If you get some cotton and you look at it underneath a microscope, it looks very, very spiderweb-like with no form. Everything weaves together like this, and it's all over the place. In fact, I have some cotton right here. If you look at all these little fibers, they are kind of everywhere. But what happens when it gets wet is cotton loses its structure. 100% of its structure comes crumbling down, and there's no space for air. And because there's no space for air, there's nothing to heat up. And because cotton isn't as dense as wool, it really lets that air through. Cotton is one of those things that in the backpacking industry or outdoor activity industry, they just say cotton kills. And it's very true. Wool, on the other hand, even though it's heavier than some synthetics out there, it retains 80% of its structure when it's wet. That means you still feel warm when you're wet. It still insulates, it still radiates heat, it blocks out the wind. It's something you and your family can invest in and rely on for the rest of your life because it just works. Anyway, guys, this is Legend again. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is just a little bit of information to help you guys out. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys like for different wools out there and different brands and what you carry. I'll talk to you guys later.